Cinnamon. Known to ancient Egyptians since as early as 2000 BCE. Mentioned in the history books of the Greeks and Chinese. But where did it come from? It's said that when one is downwind of the island, one could smell cinnamon 8 leagues out at sea. And that was how the first Dutch and Portuguese settlers stumbled upon the pearl of the Indian Ocean.
Today in Focus on Travel Hub Sri Lanka,
we flip-flop deep into the cinnamon industry of the island.
made from the dried inner bark of an evergreen tree called Cinnamomum verum. Ceylon cinnamon, or true cinnamon as it is known around the world, originates here in Sri Lanka.
And as you will see, producing true cinnamon from tree to quill is no easy task. 2 to 4 years after a tree is planted, the production process begins in the early hours of the morning when the bark of the cinnamon tree is still moist from the morning dew.
Before harvesting, the branches are first rid of the twigs and leaves. The branches are then cropped or cut down from its base at ground level.
The following year, about a dozen new shoots sprout from the roots, replacing those that were cut, to be harvested once again a few years later.
Once trimmed and cropped, the branches are divided and bundled up.
The bundles are then loaded onto a truck to be transported to begin its transformation from mere sticks to exquisite quills.
At the workshop, the transported branches are submerged in a tank of water for a quick wash before the processing begins.
In a first step, the knots or nodes of the branches are smoothed out carefully with the use of a machete.
Next, the outer bark of the branches are peeled off, revealing the prized inner bark of the cinnamon branch.
The inner bark of the branch is then loosened by running it through a contraption housing 2 brass rods, which automatically adjust according to the shape and size of each branch.
Now, ready for the most delicate part of the process, a skilled worker makes a precise cut and then peels off the inner bark carefully, making sure the strips are well intact for the highest value.
The more crude and smaller cinnamon chips, which you find inside the cinnamon sticks, are the shavings of smaller branches. The aroma of freshly peeled off cinnamon fills the air, leaving you craving for a taste.
Alright, now this stuff smells incredible and I definitely gotta taste it. I can't really explain what it is or what it tastes like. It's sweet, it's got a sense of spice. It's amazing. You should definitely try this sometime.
Even after the inner bark is completely peeled off, nothing goes to waste, as even the cinnamon branch that's left is used as firewood for ovens at pizzerias and bakeries.
Once the inner bark is peeled off, it's dried in the sun until it curls up to bring out the perfect shape necessary to encase the smaller cinnamon chips that create the larger cinnamon quill.
These quills are then neatly stacked and left to dry in the shade over the course of several days.
The dried cinnamon sticks are then gathered and bundled together, concluding the production process before they're sent off for grading, packaging, and export. Next in Focus on Travel Hub Sri Lanka. Join us as we visit one of the biggest cinnamon export giants in the island.
Until then, don't forget to like and subscribe to stay tuned for more.